Hello, everybody. I'm your host, Eric Bird, here at StopStrugglingNow.com. And today we're going to talk about the Diddy files. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It's more about the federal government, the feds, the DOJ. You don't want to play around with them. I did one a few years ago with Omi, and I don't know Diddy either, but I still am going to give some advice. Because again, if people around him are giving him any other type of advice, he's going to lose not only his freedom, that's already assured. All of his money and assets could possibly be taken, stolen by the United States government. You guys have no idea what this government can do, but I'm about to shed a little bit of light. And welcome. Stop Struggling Now gear. Check. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. Now, let's get to it. All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. And once again, thank you so much for being here, and please share the videos. Why? Because the YouTube gods need to know that we have people watching the videos and you can share the video with other people. This has more to do with laws in America. This has more to do with you're out here doing dirt, watching the dirt, participating in the dirt. You too can be done in with a Department of Justice raid and anything else they're going to use. They're going to go to the grand jury. They can tell the grand jury that you're doing racketeering. They can say you have a criminal enterprise. They can say whatever they want. You guys don't get it. I've been there. I get it. Now I'm about to enlighten Mr. Diddy and his lawyers who are on TV doing press conferences saying, my client is innocent. We're happy to be here. We're going to fight these charges. Well, all I know is that cost Diddy a few $1,000,000 already, I'm sure, as a retainer. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. When you have a DOJ charge, FBI charges, lawyers don't play. And they know you're not getting out of it. They already know the end game. But yet they're going to tell you, you need to give us X amount of dollars. And what does that mean? Well, if they think you have $500 million, that could mean I want $10 million. Knowing you're not going to get off. So let's get into it, shall we? First up, though, I want to go over here to the Stop Struggling Now YouTube channel podcast page, only because I want people to hopefully subscribe and also notice we have members, which courtesy of YouTube show a few on the right hand side, and there's a join button over here. And members, they receive special messages under the community tab. They also receive 1 or 2 videos per month specifically for them. They also can get on any live stream that we do Monday, Wednesday, and Friday because under the community tab, there is a link for that. They also are the only ones that can be in the chat room on Wednesday night live streams, the wealthy Wednesday night live streams at 8:50 p.m. and any other live stream. So just keep those things in mind if you'd like to become a member of the channel instead of just a subscriber. Now, I want to get into one thing that starts this off. First thing I'm going to say is, if you're a friend of Diddy's, you should be telling him, stop wasting money on the lawyers. Those millions of dollars you're about to throw away could be used for something else good, for family members. Hide it away, whatever you got to do that you can do, but they're going to keep you behind bars because that means you have to do paperwork behind bars. If you're out, That means you can actually move. You can get on flights. You can do things. So therefore, they have no intention of letting this man go anytime. Now, I'm not going to talk about his innocence or talk about his guilt. All I'm saying is there's so much information out there just by civil lawsuits that puts you already in a situation. And just yesterday or today, this comes out. 3 hours ago, Sean Diddy Combs' accuser holds press conference with Gloria Allred. First of all, Gloria Allred is known, if there's smoke, there's fire when this woman shows up. It could be smoke until she shows up. After that, under the law, she knows she can extract some cash. So you're going to need some cash for some civil lawsuits as well. You're going to start losing streams of income. This is the federal playbook. Shuts you off. So I just want to point out, this little nonchalant game that your lawyers are playing is to extract as most money they can from you while you're not going to get off and you have more important things to decide. You should be. This is out to Sean Diddy Combs. All I'm going to say is you might want to consider, you better do a plea deal like yesterday. Because if you can get a plea deal that says 15 or 20 years, I know you don't want to hear it. I know you're thinking, I'm innocent. I know, but just like Training Day and Denzel's character, it's not what you know, it's what you can prove. And how it works in federal court, in case you haven't been there, the accusation in itself with a jury is good enough for 99% conviction rates when you throw in plea bargains. So if you want to do 30 to 40 years and spend the rest of your life in jail, then you're going to have to throw away about 20, 30 million, $40 million just on legal representation, and never mind the civil lawsuits that you're about to lose. That's the first part. But you want to play games, that's fine. But you play games, and what's going to end up happening is people are going to sideline the civil suit. It'll get stayed. So in other words, this Gloria Allred, these other artists and other people that come forth with these civil lawsuits, there's a few of them, they'll be sidelined. But see, here's the problem. While you're trying to defend yourself, anything you can and will be said in court with witnesses that they don't even know about, with people they don't even know about, they're going to use that as their witness in your civil cases. So therefore, in your civil cases, which has nothing to do with actual preponderance of evidence, all it has to show is, see, it happened to this other person, and I'm not lying because I have a witness here that says this happened as well. You're going to lose civil cases. So now, are you going to lose civil cases out of jail, or are you going to lose civil cases while you're still in jail and with no way to get your money? I'm going to show people a few things here because there's just no way you can get around this. First of all, here is the first thing, that if you have people that is going to back that he's innocent, I want to show you something. This is why the feds rarely lose, and this is why once your attorney sits you down and says, hey man, whether you're innocent or not, you better look at this. Because if they can prove that any one person in your lifetime can say you did any one of these, do you see the time here? And there is no statutes of limitations. You can see it right here on human trafficking. There's no statutes of limitations. This can go back for 30 years. All they need is one person. So now you have to think in your head, wait a minute, did I do something to even one person? Because all it takes, one. Like I say, for all the guys out here doing all dirt, the government only has to be right once. You can get away with it for 10 years, 5 years, indefinitely, until all they need is one. Eliminating, here it is, some penalties for sex trafficking include enticement into slavery up to 30 years. Nobody's going to say that. Sex trafficking of adults which they could actually try to prove you were sending people on planes. You're sending people out there to get people to help you get into this sexual situation, deviant behavior that you're doing. All you need is one person. Sex trafficking of adults, 10 years, minimum of 10 years. Sex trafficking of victims under 18, that's an enhancement. That's up to life in prison. All you need is one person. Now, we're not saying it's all legitimate or not. All I'm telling you is you're going to have to start thinking. Something can be misconstrued if you're thinking, oh yeah, I'm going to be innocent. I'm going to go to court over this. I'm telling you right now, you don't want to have 9 people, 10 people, 12 people sitting on a jury listening to, hey, we have another person that says he kind of did this stuff. We have another person that kind of said he helped him do this stuff. Oh, wait, we have video. Are you seriously going to go to trial and get 30, 40? You're going to die in prison anyhow. That's why I suggest you better call your guys right now and say, hey, man, get me a plea deal, 15 years. Plea deal, 10 years. I'll tell them everything, but I need 10 years. Now, that's just for starters, but they're not going to give you 10 years. I doubt that would happen. You want to know why? Because there's other things the DOJ does. Ill-gotten gains. Ill-gotten gains. Just like a drug dealer, just like other people, like in finance, you're going to have restitution. So, what's going to end up happening? They're going to go for your money. So they don't care about you wasting your money on your lawyers. Hell, they're going to make sure that you're not going to even have a trial date for another year, year and a half. But meanwhile, your lawyers are going to have to be going in and out of court. You're going to be wasting millions of dollars knowing the end result is still going to be the end result. So now look at this. When someone is convicted of a crime that involves obtaining money illegally. So now, let's just say for the sake of argument, this new person that has a civil case who's now going to be a witness against you. Think about that. And let's just say what she alleges, that you actually took video and you're selling it to other people online. Can you imagine? That's ill-gotten gains. That's going to be money laundering, and you're going to sit there. That's a crime. Money laundering, crime. That means now we can go back. How long ago did this happen? 10 years ago, 15 years ago, 5 years ago. We can go back and say, okay, he used this money to go buy this. He used that money to invest in this. All that money that he gained comes to the DOJ, comes to the house. The DOJ house. Government money. So all this stuff that people are going to go fight it. Well, unfortunately, whether you're innocent or not, you don't have a choice what you are going to be able to fight when you have 3, 4, 5 things that the government has at their disposal and you can't do anything about it. So just so everybody understands, they may be ordered to repay the money to their victims through a legal process called disgorgement. So again, this is why I tell everybody, you guys have no idea who's sitting at home when the DOJ comes after you. And I'm going to say some other things that people don't even realize that you're going to be like, what? And I'll tell you why Diddy and all sexual deviants, they mess up. If the government wants you, they do certain things. And in this case, you have to think that after all these years, they have done certain things. And I'll give you some of those certain things. All right? This is very interesting, I have to admit. So all the guys out here saying that he's going to go down, they are correct. There is no way around it. So I want to show you this. The civil lawsuits for sex trafficking allow victims to seek monetary damages for businesses. Do you guys see this? Businesses and individuals that profited from or facilitated trafficking. So, you know somebody has a bodyguard? The girl comes up, or male, and what's been heard people talking about, alleged. You understand being the bodyguard is not good enough. I was listening to him. You are in on it. You help facilitate. So now you're going to be a witness for the government. So now you're going to go to jail for, is it 5 years? Is it 3 years? Is it 2 years? they're going to pressure you. And are you going to really sit there and go, yeah, 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 I'm going to be like Shine and think that somehow this is going to be some benevolent act? You're going to really go to jail, ruin your life? Seriously? I don't think so. So you're going to start talking. You're going to be able to write books. All I'm saying is, this is what's going to go down. People, you have to understand. Your businesses are now going to be affected because now what's going to happen? They're going to say, hey, you were an employee of this business. You're intertwined. Your bodyguards intertwined. You on the phone calling up somebody saying, hey, man, we got a party. We got wiretaps on your ass because you didn't stop being deviant in the last 10 years. There's no time limit. And the other part about this is, I'm pretty sure most people that have a lot of money, who do they know? They know police. They know government officials. They know a lot of people in power. Except the people in power, if they stick up for you, knowing your deviant behavior, and it's going to come out. Clearly, it's going to come out. You have civil lawsuits. That's not, you can't stop those. So there's no way. So all I'm going to say is he has no idea what he's dealing with. You can be the man, but you know who else is the man? The DOJ. I'm going to tell you some stories, not about myself, but I'll give you a story that is about myself. So when the DOJ wants you and you're a deviant that messes around with women and men of questionable sexual orientations, they set your ass up. Even if you're not, they will send in people. Hey, nice to meet you. Happen to be at a party, happen to be at the grocery store, happen to be at your offices, some beautiful woman by the elevator. You're thinking it's just a random person. It's somebody that's undercover. You're giving phone numbers. You're texting to. They don't need to be in your inner circle. They just need you to be like, hey, we have a party. Why don't you come over? That's all they need. You obliged. You think that you just picked up some random person when in fact they sent you random persons. You guys don't get this. So therefore, they can bide their time because you have random people in your sphere that actually is reporting to DOJ. I know they used it on you because you throw parties. And there was claims of misdeeds for 30 years. So you have been communicating with the DOJ unbeknownst to you. So that's why they can be light on the evidence. They don't have to tell you anything. All they have to do is bring the indictment. You're going to have to prove that you didn't do anything. When they know, they have phone calls, they have text messages, they have videotape, they have people that work with them, giving them information, for starters. So you don't think that happened. So while you're sitting in your jail cell, thinking like anybody would think, I'm innocent, I'll get out of this, I can't do it, your lawyer should be bringing you the law. And then say, hey man, did you have any women under 18 flying on a jet, or did you fly them in? Because that's across state lines. That means that's sex trafficking in itself. We don't need to have sex. You brought them to your party, underage, giving them alcohol, drugs. You don't understand. They got you under that scenario. You're not getting out. And those are 10, 20, 30 years. So again, ladies and gentlemen, this is just for starters. So the recommendation that I would say, and I'm not an attorney, but being in deals with DOJ, you better be going straight up to them. If you haven't already, your lawyer should be begging, give me 15, give me 10, 20. I'll give up whoever you want me to give up. But if the DOJ doesn't want that, and they want your money and your empire as well, then that means you're going to have to give up your money and your empire as well, unfortunately. And whatever they leave you with, the civil lawsuits are going to take. And they know that. And the last thing is, you don't want to go to court to defend yourself in a trial, and all that fodder is going to be used on every civil lawsuit case. You have no statutes of limitations. So whether it's this year, whether it's next year, but you start showing up in court and there starts being witnesses, those witnesses will also be testifying in your civil case. Checkmate. So you better stop playing, because otherwise, I don't know who you think you are, but you're done. And like I say, you can be innocent. It doesn't matter. It's not what you know, it's what you can prove. And even if you did nothing, the fact is, if you did certain other things, like I just mentioned about bringing girls under 18, under 17, depending on what state and city, flying them in, and then something happening there innocently. It could be 18, 19-year-old kid and the girl is 17 or 16. Innocent stuff that nobody would think of, because, you know, that's what happens in high school sometimes. Somebody's 17, somebody's 15, somebody's 18, somebody's 16. You're still in high school or just graduated that summer, but it could be statutory. So these type of things happen. That puts you at risk. And being a dumbass, 50 years old, 45 years old, and bringing in somebody under 17, flying them in, I don't know who thought that was a good idea. Because that's what they're saying happened. That is really stupid. And never mind the rest of the deviant behavior. If this is all true, this is really out there. So once again, you're not leaving. You're not getting out. So you better determine, is 20 years at the age of what, 54, 55? That means 75. But because it's federal, you won't have to do the full 20. You'll be able to go in and redo it to get it reduced. But I mean, does that mean I'm going to be out at 65 or 70? The plea deal that way would be much better than for sure possibly doing 28, 25 to 30 and plus. So anyhow, I just had to bring this up because people have no idea. The Department of Justice, they can set you up if they want to, but the laws that they have on the books, they have so many laws that everybody could be thrown in jail. This is what people don't realize if they wanted to enforce them. So you better try to get the law deal that you need right now. And why do I also say that? Because then you can stop everything else. No witnesses coming forward. Nobody else is going to happen. The DOJ drops their case because you did a plea deal. So therefore, the people that's going to do the civil cases are going to have to be on their own merit. But again, you're messing with fire if you let month after month go by without a plea deal so the government can't persecute you anymore. That's the fallacy that's going to turn up. So let me know what you guys think down below. Because I know there's probably some other people that have dealt with the DOJ before and probably have been locked up. And they know also what happened when they tried to fight it. I hope they comment down below. But right now, this man is in jeopardy. His family's in jeopardy. Because they're going to try to press his family members. What did you know? Oh, you don't want to tell us? Then that means you were helping him. 3 years for you, 4 years for you. How about that? You don't want to talk? This is a situation that nobody wins. Because if there's no statutes of limitations, everybody's in the bus. So now it's just going to be, how dirty is Diddy going to be? Is everybody in the bus going down with him? Or is he going to actually take responsibility and say, okay, I'm taking full responsibility. Nothing. I'm the sole guy. I did everything. Give me my 15. I think it's going to be 20. Plea deal. Give me that. Nobody else is going to be bothered. Sign it. Do whatever you got to do, even though they can always do something different. But the point I'm trying to get at is Diddy is now putting other people in jeopardy, as well as himself, by doing this. Civil lawsuits are no joke. And going to jail is no joke when they start tying you to an organized crime scenario. All your buddies, all your friends, all the innocent ones can all get thrown under the bus. They might not even have known anything about it. But y'all all flew on the same plane. You brought all your friends on the same plane as these people underage. I'm just saying, there's laws for everything. So be very careful out here. For everybody else, if you're doing any of this deviant behavior, messing around with things you shouldn't be messing around with, and you get big enough, that's when the DOJ comes after you. And with all that said, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. And I know it's hard out here. And that's why whenever you're doing something here in America, whether you're doing it the right way or the wrong way, but especially the wrong way, if you're doing dirt and you're making money, rest assured, lurking in the background is law enforcement. And with all that said, keep your head up, keep moving, and I'm out.